Did y'all see that super viral video from Zach Wilmore? I think their account name is Starboy, looking just like absolutely gorgeous in a men's bathroom when some right-winger comes up and has an absolute meltdown.
Yeah, take a fucking picture of me.
Oh, I'll take a video. Say what you're just saying to me.
Yeah, I don't like a dude with fucking, show your face, fucking curls on his eyes. Yeah, I don't like this shit. In a men's bathroom, showing his fucking chest like a girl, like a fucking girl, dressed like a girl, fucking belly button, fucking rings like a girl.
You know what, too? I used the stall because I didn't want any fucking problems.
Because you're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking girl.
And the thing is, they don't want transgender women. I'm not transgender, by the way. But they don't want transgender women to use the women's bathroom. They don't want gay men to use the men's bathroom. I guess I'll just piss on the floor.
Why don't you just go to the girls' bathroom?
Because I'm a fucking boy.
Exactly. So why do you just like this?
We know what that was all about, right? We understand that little MAGA dude was like way into Starboy. He was crushing on him and he could not deal with his own feelings. He was incredibly emotionally dysregulated because he was attracted to a very attractive man in the bathroom. And watching that video, I was just like, this to me is so reflective of what white Christian nationalism does to people. Like, just that whole interaction sums up MAGA Christianity immediately. And I think kind of conservative American culture in general, it's all about control. It's all about coercion. It's all about repression. First, control, coercion, repression, denial of authenticity for yourself. I think people who've not deconstructed from evangelicalism or LDS or conservative America may not understand the level of just like constant self-denial that you must engage in, the constant self-discipline, where you have to be just like spending all of this energy, all of this emotional labor, all of this like hypervigilance, constraining who you are, hoping that nobody will see what you're really like underneath. Nobody will see your authentic self that has been deemed already by the subculture to be sinful or abhorrent in some way. It's exhausting to constantly be putting on a performance, to pretend to be somebody that you're not, to suppress an entire part of who you truly are. And then, of course, all of the requisite shame and self-judgment, self-loathing that comes along with that because you think that something is deeply wrong with you, because the culture has told you that you're abnormal or you're sinful or you're wrong. And then you are also experiencing this level of shame because you can never love yourself because you have to constantly be putting on this show of being somebody that you're not. Evangelical America, conservative America is all about demanding that people make themselves less, make themselves fit into a little mold. It's like a constant state of fear and anxiety that you will be caught out. And I think it often bubbles over when you see other people who are able to be their authentic selves, are able to be living a full life where they are like why is it that those people can be out and proud? Why is it that those people can dress in a way I wish I could? Damn, like that guy looked gorgeous. I wish I could wear makeup. I wish I could have a belly button ring. But like, oh no, then that cycle of like self-loathing. But like my elders at my church tell me that that's sinful and I shouldn't want to do that. That's just my sin nature or whatever trying to take over. And it just creates these horrible cycles of exhaustion, self-loathing, and then resentment of other people who are being authentic, who don't have to expend all of this energy that you have to expend putting on a performance. So much of conservative America is controlling yourself first, and that naturally leads to a desire to control other people. I think a lot about how skinny is in under fascism and how women especially are expected to police their own bodies constantly, make themselves smaller, less than, take up less space, be hyper vigilant about the food that you put in your body, the way that your body looks to other people, and how very quickly that spills over into like, okay, I'm judging myself all the time, so I feel very free to suddenly start judging other people. And when I see women who are not spending all of their time being preoccupied with their weight and the way that they are perceived in the world, like I get jealous, I get resentful. Like, why don't they have to do this work that I'm engaged in, I'm forced to do by my culture every day? So that hatred of fat people or people with septum rings or queer people, like that comes from a position of jealousy on so many levels. Jealousy of people who love themselves and are not engaged in these cycles of shame and self-loathing. It's very, very easy, I think, for MAGA to get people to hate, to have white Christian nationalist preachers get people to hate, because folks are just primed for it. They're just full of resentment because they've been taught to hate themselves their whole lives and to be resentful of people who don't hate themselves. I don't know. I watched that video and I just thought, there's a guy who hates himself and is jealous that he can't look like Starboy, and at the same time is probably attracted to him and feels a lot of shame about it, and just how terrible it is to be an evangelical in this country, how terrible it is to be part of conservative America and fritter away your life just like hating yourself and hating other people when you could be free. MAGA is all about control and coercion. Evangelical America is all about control and coercion first of the self, and how easily that empowers people or pushes people to want to control and hate others. It's not okay that Starboy felt unsafe, unable to use the bathroom without being harassed. Like that's not okay on any level. I'm not saying that this, little MAGA short king, that he was justified in that because he's burdened with all of the psychological and spiritual and emotional pressure and abuse of MAGA. Like I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I know where he's coming from. I've seen it time and time again. I've experienced some of it myself. Like coming out of the church, you realize like what you can breathe free for the first time. You can be your true self for the first time, and you don't even realize how much resentment you had, how much anger you had, how exhausted you were until you are free of all of that. I hope that kid gets free. Yeah.